DIY.
DIYers. Welcome here on this Tuesday in January in a brand new year, 2026, and we starting off the year with a bang. Not even a week ago did I think this conversation was going down, but I'm grateful to have my guy Symba here in the building. How you doing, sir?
Man, it's a pleasure to be here, bro. Like I was just telling you off camera, big fan of you, big fan of the content. Love what you representing. Love what you've done with your platform, and you've influenced me to start my own. So it was only right, man, that I come through and fuck with the king, man.
Come on, you making me feel like I'm missing some jerseys on my wall. You make me want to do some new decor.
I'm missing some. I got myself up there because I can't find Kobe. I've been looking for a Kobe jersey, and everywhere I go, I could never find one. But somebody just pointed me to one, and I think it's on the way. So hopefully I get it.
Well, let me get into this intro. We're going to get into these questions, man, because we got a lot of stuff to talk about, especially culturally relevant conversations. I'm going to say this before I get started. It is so dope seeing you in this space of content, because in this short window of time that I've been tapped in to the live stream and the clips on the other channel that you got, there's a level of game and information that really, I think, veterans recognize first. It's like, ooh, that's another layer that I don't think you guys understand how blessed you are to get this information.
Yep.
So I got some very specific questions about that. But today's guest is someone who's lived multiple lives inside hip hop as a rapper, producer, actor, and now a builder of his own ecosystem. Symba has seen this industry from the inside, navigated being a signed artist, and emerged on the other side with clarity around independence, ownership, and the power of direct connection. Today, we're talking music, media, live streaming, culture, and what it really takes to build something sustainable in this era. One more time for Symba. Come on, man. Come on. Hold on, I got to hit the button.
Appreciate that, my brother.
I feel like it's going to happen a few times a day.
That was nice.
Come on, hey, you get a little better about this. Even though I still don't see myself as media. I still see myself as an artist and a producer at its most natural state. But this is something that I'm getting used to. So first question I got for you, bro, is kind of give me an idea of before the industry, before the platforms, where does music start for you?
Man, bro, music started for me. Oh, man, I fell in love with music, bro. It's going to sound crazy. I fell in love with music the day that the towers collapsed.
Interesting.
Because Jay-Z dropped Blueprint that day.
People forget about that.
I think I was about 9 years old, 8 years old, something like that. And I didn't have to go to school that day. School was canceled. And my mom asked me, what you want to do? And I was like, I want to go get the new Jay-Z album. And it comes on, the ruler's back. Gather around, hustlers, that's if you're still living, to get on down to that old jig rhythm. Here's a couple of dudes to help you get through your bit in prison. My father was in prison, you know what I mean? And just all of these different things. So it really put me in a space of like, I think this is something I want to do. But I was playing ball at the time. So music was never really like the main thing I wanted to do. I was just still playing basketball. And as a kid, I would write raps or freestyle on the bus after basketball games, stuff like that. Then I got caught cheating on my SAT test my senior year. And
wait, how you get caught cheating on your SAT?
Being an idiot.
Being
an idiot and, got somebody in trouble. They ended up telling on me and told the whole situation. So I couldn't go play ball. And from that day forward, I was like, all right, I'm a rap. You know what I mean? I didn't really want to go get a traditional job. Was a kid with ADHD, couldn't really sit at one place for a long time. So I was like, I'm a rap. Started rapping, and the more I just started rapping, bro, I just fell in love with it. And I just seen the effect that music had on people. And I actually had a friend who passed away, rest in peace to young Kurt. He was like the first thing that I had started, which was called Interference Entertainment. We was called IE. And it was the first time I started learning how to brand myself and make a song and perform. And we doing rehearsals and all of these different things. And Kurt made music that was a lot more fun than mine. You know, I was a bit more serious. Kurt made the records that make everybody twerk and dance.
Right.
And I slowly kind of like became his hype man. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Watching him perform those records. And then I would learn how to perform and how to work the crowd and how to just get them hyped for certain things they didn't know. And the crowd would start taking a liking to me. And I started putting my own songs out and start developing an audience. And I moved to Los Angeles. I'm gonna speed this up because I don't want to be long-winded. I
No, you
moved to
good.
Los Angeles around 2014, 2015. And when I got to Los Angeles, it was the first time I realized I didn't know shit about what I was trying to do.
What were you exposed to that kind of gave you that perspective?
There's a difference, and you're gonna know exactly what I'm saying when I say this. There's
Mhm.
a difference from when you just making music and when you get in the music business.
Mm, yeah.
When you get in the music business, you're not just making music anymore. This is a whole business. And
Right.
I didn't understand that part of it. And once I seen that, it opened up my eyes to so many different things.
Yeah. Yeah. What and I think that's something that even being exposed to that, and even to this day, from the record I just heard, the I Am record that you put
Yeah.
out, uh, you still are using your instrument to not only put these messages out there that are hitting people to the core, but you can tell that you're shaping conversation. And I
Yeah.
think this is a natural transition to my next question: is when did you start seeing yourself as someone that went beyond rap and but started to shape conversation and not just records?
When I got stuck in that goddamn deal, Kurt.
Yeah.
I got stuck in I got stuck in I went through a transition from like 2023 up until about a week ago.
Mm,
Where I was trying to get out of a label situation. And throughout that situation, I started learning so much, just
yeah.
so much. And I've always been a curious person. I've just never been curious about the business. I was curious about marketing and making songs and how do I dress better and stuff like that. Once I got curious about the business, I started realizing I'm worried about the wrong stuff. I'm worried about the wrong stuff.
Because
They
because
running a
it's a rabbit hole.
whole game on us and we don't even see it.
It's a whole rabbit hole, and that's it just in that alone. Like when I realized that when they put that big ass yellow book in front of me, everything you need to know about the music
Oh,
business.
come on. Come on.
I said, I'm supposed to consume this
Supposed to
and become
learn
a
it.
top tier lyricist and have time to do. What am I supposed to do all that? I'm supposed to know about all of this shit about publishing and the points, and like,
How?
it's overwhelming. And especially this is pre Chat GPT day, kids.
Yep.
You know what I mean? This is
Yep.
a very different time.
Yep. And I know that book you talking about because everybody used to say that as a kid. That's why I be telling people all the time, like, I've been rapping for like so long since I was a child. So I
Mhm.
seen so many different evolutions of it to
Yeah.
where like I've seen people come into it now and be able to fast track gaining an audience because of social media, but that wasn't a thing 15 years
At
ago.
all.
Like we was still on Vine. I
Yeah.
was rapping then. Like y'all just started rapping. You
Right.
know what I'm
Right.
saying? I
Probably with
was
an
rapping.
audience. Probably for with an audience because they found some kind of series or some kind of content that resonated with the general man or woman, and it's like you came in with an audience. A lot of folks were building the audience through the only medium being music first.
That was what they had, right? And now what I've realized is instead of looking at it like that, right? It's backwards now. So
Mm,
now it's like you want to get it used to be like music label fan, right?
yeah.
Now it's like fan ecosystem music. It's like you find the audience, you build a business around the audience, then you serve them whatever it is, if it's music, streaming, whatever it may be. It's like it's backwards now.
It is.
And just through seeing what I went through, bro, and how people will hide information from you and prolong things and do all of this different stuff, it starts making you get very curious about, okay, what's going on over there? And then the more you figure that out, you start going more and more and more and more. And sometimes when I watch some of the stuff I put on social media, I be like, they're not gonna get this shit.
They're
I'm
not.
like, but the
I
people
say that
who
when I'm watching
currently,
you.
yeah,
I be watching the video. I'm like, they're not gonna get what he just really just said right now.
yeah,
Y'all
they're
do not
not
know
gonna
the
get it.
blessing you got.
They're not gonna get it, but it's okay because somebody who's going through it currently will, and
Yeah.
somebody's about to go through it. And they'll remember, oh, this is what bro was talking about.
And
You
I think
know?
there's a realization too that you probably had more than enough times where you realize you're you're at such a high vibration because of the amount of people, the type of people that you've been with, the way that your work attracts a certain higher frequency.
Yeah,
You're not talking to the average person, and they're not supposed to get that because they're not at that frequency yet. And it has nothing to do with their intelligence. It's really about lived experiences and understanding, like, oh, when I get to this altitude, the timing of conversations change,
yep,
the nature of the things that people focus on, right? It's more
yep,
on ideas than it is other people and things like that. But tell us about that experience, because a lot of artists, I think a lot of artists are exposed to more information than ever about major labels, but
yeah,
we still kind of don't get the perspective. And I think you're such a important voice because of the perspective you're already given as you get into live streaming.
yeah.
What did you expect the major label experience to be before you got into it?
So what I thought, right? I thought when you signed to a major label, I thought you made it. This is what I initially thought in 2018 when I got my deal. I was like, okay, I made it. Like everything's going to happen from here. They're going to figure everything out for me. Cause like I told you, I've been rapping for so long and I failed at doing it my way for so long.
Mhm.
So getting a deal was the first time I felt like I did something right.
Right.
And I was like, okay, they'll get it right from here. What my dumb ass didn't know was if you don't understand what you want or what you're doing, it's not their job to develop it for you.
Hmm.
Their job is to enhance whatever your vision is. So when I came in, I kind of was confusing them because I was being different versions of myself. I've always, bro, since I was a kid, I've never hid the many versions of myself. I
Mhm.
go all into it. And sometimes that can be confusing for an audience, right? Because a lot of people met me and just thought I was a serious, studious dude that don't read books. And then like I ran into a fan one time and I was in Starlets with Joe Budden and he was like, bro, you go to strip clubs? And I was like, since when I don't go to strip clubs?
Well,
You know what I'm
you know
saying?
what's funny? You know what's funny? Do the same thing. They do the same thing to this day. Rest in peace to Jay Dilla. And they be so
Yeah,
surprised when they hear stories from like Slum Village of like Jay Dilla left me with the beat and went to a strip club and said,
yeah,
"Y'all can stay here if you want to."
yep.
But people
So
have this revisionist or this image in their head based upon their experience with you, I should say.
and how they met you. And I came in through a major label who kind of I wouldn't want to necessarily say they tailored me that way. What it was a combination of different things. So the A&R seen it one way, the marketing team seen it one way, the production company seen it one way, and the manager seen it one way. So you got four
Mm,
different perspectives trying to mesh one together to get this to work instead of people just saying, you know what, that's the best idea.
hmm.
Everybody's trying to get their point off. So when everybody's trying to get their point off now, because I'm new to this, I'm trying to please everybody.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to be every version of what everybody want me to be. You know what I'm saying? And it's confusing the consumer. So the consumer is like, damn, I don't know if he this, I don't know if he that, I don't know if he this. So as I start going through the process of the label, I start asking questions. Well, how do we do this? How do we do that? And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna
Mm,
make a project called Don't Run From Rap, right? That was
mhm,
my first project. Don't Run From Rap. And rap is going to stand for responsibilities and principles. And my whole
mm,
thing is going to be ghetto literacy. I'm gonna break down complex situations to the ghetto in the simplest way. That
mhm.
was my thing, right? Then I get in there and they like, man, don't nobody want to hear that shit.
And you're hearing this from like the
The
higher
label.
ups, the execs, and
Yeah.
they just like,
My A&R, the executives, everybody like, man, don't nobody want to hear this shit. People want something that they can move to. And the problem becomes as an artist at a label that doesn't have an audience yet, you're trying to find your sound that identifies with the artist, but they need a record to make money because they just spent money on you. So
mm,
it clashes,
mhm,
right? Because you can't build out the fan base and super serve them because it's costing the label for you to do so. So they need a record for them to make the money back on the studio time they paying, these flights, these hotels, these producers. All of this shit costs money. right? And while
Yeah.
you're trying to build a career to establish who you are to your audience, they like, yo, we just need one record to make all of this money back, and then you can go do whatever you want. But the problem becomes with the record, the people you need to make the record, these are the top producers. Like I say all the time, a lot of people saying hip hop is dying and all this. It's not dying. We just don't know how to make good songs, and we need help. We need producers.
Like actual producers. Shout out to my dog, an amazing producer, Epic the Don. He put up a post the other day that I did
Shout
a
out to
reaction
Epic.
to. Shout out to Epic, man. He said he figured out why a lot of modern music hits, but it sucks. And he says, without passing too much judgment, basically the production and even some of the rap performances, he says nobody's performing anymore. They're clicking in the sounds. They're clicking, like they're having experiences where my favorite beats, like my favorite high tech beats, my favorite, whoever it is, these are folks who actually did a performance in the studio and left room for human error.
Yep.
Now, as you enter AI into the chat and people are trying to chase perfection,
Yep.
literally society is saying the opposite thing. Like I saw the CEO of Instagram say something where he said, if you're trying to aim for clean and professional post, he says the algorithm will quickly forget about you because it's an abundance of that right now because of AI.
Yep.
So I think a lot of this has already been moving in that direction. I'm curious though, was there a moment you realized that system wasn't built for how you think?
Yes, it was right when I got off tour with Joyner in 2022. So we do the press run. I put out results, take time. The press run was great for me. I always say a lot of people met me through that press run. I could never say anything bad about Atlantic Records and the people who worked there at the time because they put together an amazing press run for people to get to know me. Right after the press run, I went on tour with Joyner, and I get off tour and I come to them and I'm like, yo, I got this idea. I'm finna go to Africa. Right. And they like, what? I'm like, I'm finna go to Africa. I'm like, I got a homie in Silicon Valley. He got a new business and he's getting rid of 600 laptops. I got another friend in Africa who owns a school and he got 2 computers. I'm about to take these laptops to Africa because these kids need them. Like, I can't just be a rapper out here talking about I'm trying to save my people, help my people, and do all this, and I don't do nothing to help them. Right. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to take these laptops to these babies. So they like, well, what are you trying to be like Malcolm X or Martin Luther? I'm like,
they didn't say Malcolm X. They didn't say Malcolm.
I promise you. A white lady said it at that. A white lady said it. She was my product manager at the time. Literally.
And you know what sucks about that? And we talk about this on this channel, how much someone who makes a decision for your social media campaign, who does not look like us, who's able to get another job if your campaign doesn't go well, how much you have to front the blame if things don't go right, how much they look at you and say, oh, this nigga done fell off. Oh man, he not looking out for his people. There are people in the room who are decision makers, who have been there tenured, who are literally telling you, who do you think you are, Malcolm X?
Who do you think you are?
Bitch, yes, I do. Now, what are we going to do to accommodate this?
So I literally pack up. I'm like,
wow.
I'm like, you know what? I'm going to just do this myself because I wanted to document the whole thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, I'm going to just pay for this myself. So I pay for the trip. I pay for the cameraman, everybody to go, right? We get over there. Bro, we have the most amazing experience, right? I still have a documentary that I haven't put out about it. We had the most amazing experience. And after I take the laptops to the kids, I end up running into this guy named Vector the Viper. He's a rapper from over there. He's kind of like they Kendrick Lamar over in Nigeria. He approaches me. A few people put us in touch. He like, man, we appreciate what you did. Like, is it anything you want to do? I said, man, I did want to shoot a music video, but I didn't want to feel like I'm exploiting nobody culture or just, you know what I mean, taking advantage of it. He was like, nah, I got the perfect idea for you. I'm going to take you where nobody go. He said, all the rappers that come out here, none of them go over there. They all scared. I'm like, for real? He like, I'm going to take you over there. So he takes me to this place called Lagos Island. And this shit is like a big ass an abandoned telecommunication center with
Mhm.
people living in it. It ain't no power, no windows, no running water, like
Wow.
none of it, bro. And we shot the Top G video there. If you watch the Top G video, that's where it's at in Africa, bro. I'm over there in the trenches of Africa with my child. My child is 3 at the time. We
Wow.
3 years old. Me, him, and my girl in the trenches. So I knocked the video out. I get back like a few days later, we flying back to the States. We have a layover in DC. My cameraman finishes editing the video on the plane. As we at the layover, he like, bro, look. He showed me the video.
Mhm.
I'm like, bro, we gotta show this to the label.
Yeah.
I changed the flight. I say F the flights to LAX. We booked 2 flights to New York. That
Right.
doesn't leave for another 3 hours. We go straight from DC to New York, right? Get out there. I call the people. I'm like, I need a meeting in the morning. I got to show y'all this video. I got to put it out Friday. I
Mhm.
go in there, bro. I show them the video. They like, this is amazing. We need 6 weeks. Right then and there, I said, this is over. Y'all don't get it.
6 weeks for I'm sure to prioritize other things that are already there. Like, I'm sure businesses have, they have to have a
Yeah.
process behind it, but why 6 weeks? Did they explain that to you why?
Because they weren't wrong. Let me say that.
Okay.
They were wrong for the way I was preparing to run my situation. So
Mm,
for
mm,
how things work for them, they were right because they're a record label and they
mhm,
have partnerships with Spotify, all these different brands, companies. So they need to alert them, hey, we got a song coming this day. Do you have any playlisting available? Do you
mm,
have any available slots on Rap Life? Hey, Double XL, do you have any available spots on new featured artists? Hey, academics, when can you give us a post?
mm,
Hey, all of these things. So now once they get that information, they can line up a proper rollout to where when you drop this song, it ain't dead by Monday.
got
You
it.
know what I'm saying? So they weren't wrong. It's
Mm,
just the way that I was starting to do things, I was seeing the way shit was presenting itself. So I'm like, I've already did the rollout being over there for 3 weeks. People
mhm.
been watching it. I just grew 200,000 followers from over there.
Sheesh.
So the following and the momentum is already there. Just give them the song,
Yeah.
right? And everything else will catch up. They didn't see it like that because things were still new, like of how this new form of doing things has come about.
Right. And when you say it like that, it feels less like a partnership because when you're in a partnership with somebody who's true eye to eye with you, you realize even if you're not 100% on board, there's a reason why you partner with this person. And you
Mhm.
say, I don't understand it in the moment, and I'm not
Mhm.
1,000% on. I don't get it, but I trust you, and
Yep.
like I've seen your success, your success record before. You have a
Mhm.
good track, but the idea that 6 months and you just went over there and made this investment in time. And the thing about it, like, I think one thing that people got reminded by seeing the clips roll out is that, yeah, the drop is only one part of the rollout.
Yep.
The conversation extends, and then when somebody has some opposition to what you're doing, you're able to answer that question with more content.
Yep.
And then after that, you're able to live stream and have a conversation. Then you're
Yep.
able to have a debate. You're able to sitting down on Joe Budden podcast. Like,
Yep.
it's so many things that happen when you strike while the iron is hot. And like you
And
said,
that's what
yeah,
pushing the button means. When people say push
yeah.
the button, what people really saying is I want everything to happen at once. That's
Mm,
what you go to a label for because they have the resources, money, and expertise to make everything happen at once. So
ah,
the thing that I love what LaRussell's doing right now, right? I've been getting into arguments with people all week about different things, stuff I may like about it, stuff I may not like about it, right? Back and forth, right? Let me tell you the one thing, well, 2 things I love. One, I love LaRussell
yeah.
because I love his ambition and his power to just go after things. Sometimes I be wishing I had that fuck it button to just go do some shit. Like he is not afraid. He just
He's
goes. You know what
not.
I'm saying?
Dog,
And
I went
he's
out there to
built.
the I went out there real quick. I went out there to the pergola and it kicked into me how he's been making a backyard look like an arena.
Yeah.
Because I went there and I said, looking at the walls, I'm like, this is for real a back. Like I knew
It's
it
a
was a
real backyard.
backyard. It's a real ass backyard. Cars out here in the front, like it's barely parking for us to get up here.
Yeah.
This is for real in somebody's backyard, and he has turned that into a
Venue.
historical place.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
turned it into a venue, and the main thing I love is he's built a platform for himself. And
Mhm.
everybody could say whatever they wanna say about it, go try it.
Yeah.
Go
Oh,
try it
man.
and see how hard it is to build that, right? And the second thing I love about what he's doing with this album right now is he's showing people in real time how hard it is to sell records without the damn machine behind you. So when
Mhm.
we see people that be like, I just did a $150 first week. No, you didn't. You had all the optics behind you.
Somebody pushed the button.
They pushed the button. They
You
pushed the button for you to do everything at once. Bro is showing you in real time, this how this shit actually look when you out here grinding for it.
Yeah. I got a specific question about LaRussell because there was a moment, man, that dog, it gave me so much hope because you see a lot of folks like LaRussell catching, criticism, and I noticed it about a few years ago when I did the interview with him. It was everybody was in their honeymoon phase, right?
Mhm.
As he started to ascend to higher heights and he started to work with folks that they probably didn't see this at this point, like he got a project coming out with Lil Jon and all. As he started to do that, I started to see the criticism that was on him. And I'm old enough to remember the
Yeah.
criticism that was on Nipsey. And it
Yeah.
reminds me of when he put the $100 album out, and all of a sudden people are like, you got the audacity. They revere him now. Like I got him up on the wall. They revere him now.
Yeah.
But I remember outlets saying like, oh, he's the most disappointing rapper. And all. That being said, somebody sent you a diss song to your live stream, and I believe
Yeah.
you were doing some music reviews,
Yeah.
and you publicly defended
Yeah.
LaRussell after he received the diss.
Yeah.
Why did that matter to you to make sure that you made it clear what you did?
Because, bro, one thing that I really, 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 and I try to do this with my music and everything. One thing I really want us to understand as black men, bro. I'm not speaking to the world right now. I'm speaking to black men. It's okay to agree to disagree.
Hmm.
It's okay to just be like, all right, bro, I don't like what you saying. I don't like what you saying. Okay, cool, bro. Next. You know what I'm saying? It's okay. And sometimes when we disagree with somebody, we feel like that disagreement is a whole disagreement of how we see life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or you as a person, or that person disagree with you as a person. They just may not agree that the Lakers are better than the Warriors. You know what
Right.
I mean? Or whatever it may be. But it's like that shouldn't be the reason we don't talk anymore or we don't
Yeah.
do business anymore. And when I seen what happened, it was a misunderstanding from what I could see because bro was mad at the fact that LaRussell didn't stay on topic for a feature, but the nigga did the feature.
Yeah.
You
And
know what
did
I'm
receive
saying?
that.
Like, it's
And
so many times you could pay an artist, bro, and they just take your money, won't clear your record, won't
hello.
do anything. Bro still took time out his day to go to the studio and knock out that feature for you, regardless if you liked it or not. So I didn't think it was fair that he was calling him like a con man and all of these different names because you didn't agree with his feature. Like, that's not fair for us to do. Just say you didn't like the feature. Can I get my money back and let's move on? And LaRussell paid him his money back.
Paid him his money back. Like at this point now, and if folks, I think people in the comments that said, "Are you really finna take this diss song on tour? Like, what do we like? This is if that's what you needed to do in an artistic moment as an artist, that is your creative freedom. And
Exactly.
sometimes there's gonna be consequences that come along with it. But you did that. You got that off your chest. But now to take this is it's becoming the thing that you're known by, and I think that's so dangerous in this era. I'm curious because you said something that resonated with me in that moment in which you were like, you can't put that jacket on somebody because that was your experience with them.
Yeah, I got a lot, bro. Man, I never thought I would talk about this in 2026 because I said I was gonna bury it, but fuck it, we here. I've lost damn near every last one of my friends I came into the music industry because of that.
Hmm.
Because of that right there. We'd have one bad experience, like, let's say a friend would be like, bro, you should rap on this beat. And I'd be like, I don't like the beat. Now I don't listen to his ideas. I don't take him serious. I only listen to myself.
Yeah.
I can't be told nothing. Right. And then now what starts happening is as you start ascending, they were dependent on you. And the more you start separating, that dependency get exposed.
Mm.
So now they gotta go tear you down to people. You know what I'm saying? Tell people, well, bro didn't do this and bro didn't do that to explain why they still down there. No, you
Mm.
didn't do the work, bro. I got friends, bro, who got job offers from millionaires and billionaires that I didn't have them around. They turned them down and said, I can't do the job because I got to be around Sim. I
Excuse me.
got people who done said they can't ask me for nothing because I'm going to use my child as an excuse to not give them nothing. I got
And
people who's literally showed up at Rolling Loud while I'm performing, didn't tell me they was there, hit me like, yo, bro, you think you could give me a backstage pass when they only gave me 2, and now I'm fake because I couldn't give them 1.
did you say the day of?
Yeah, the day of. Yo, bro, we here. Ooh, you could bring us backstage? I got
No.
2 passes. They gave me 2 artist passes.
What you want me to do?
What you want me to do? But
Oh,
now I'm fake.
God.
I'm phony,
Yeah.
right? And then that separation allows them to go talk about you to people that you're not around no more. So now
Mhm.
those people start taking the conversations and they like, man, I heard bruh be doing this. I heard bruh be doing that.
Yeah. See, and that's scary in the era of content because there's always an audience waiting to listen. And there's always an audience that's waiting for the moment where you don't even have to do nothing to them personally or to the
Yep.
group that they represent. It's just that they don't like the energy on you. Like
Yep.
Doechii said something in her record where she was like, y'all don't like my vibe because I'm anointed.
Yep.
And that resonated with me because I'm like, there's a lot of anointed brothers and sisters out here that are dealing with a lot of hate and a lot of
That's
energy.
why I defended LaRussell.
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly what you
He's
just
that
said.
too. He's
Yeah.
absolutely that. I have one more question about that. And we can move on from that because I definitely want to talk about your independence. But
Yeah.
what did that moment, maybe more broadly, not even about the artist himself, but what did that moment reveal about ego, maybe in the independent space or just in hip hop in general?
Your ego is not your amigo. We think so many times, bro, that like, oh, I'm gonna get him back. I'm gonna show him. Oh, who y'all think who you think you is? You ain't better than me. Woo, woo. It's like, bro, that's that voice in your head telling you stuff that ain't even true. You know what I mean? How many times, bro, you done been around somebody, you just got a bad vibe. You be like, man, I don't think dude like me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I don't think you telling yourself this person ain't even worried about you. He probably had a bad day, but you telling yourself something. Now you creating a disdain for that person all out of ego of what you thinking for yourself and how you think somebody's supposed to greet you. How
Mm-hmm.
you think somebody's supposed to open a door. You think they supposed to send you a beat or give you a verse or do something for free for you. This is what you think.
Yeah.
So you putting your thoughts on somebody else because of your ego. That's not fair to that person. And I think a lot of times it's okay to have an ego. We men, but we got to understand like, all right, I'm in my feelings right now.
Yeah.
You
And
know
be
what
able
I'm
to call
saying?
it
Like,
retrospect, be able to look back at that time and say, I was acting like a bitch. I ain't even gonna hold
yeah,
you. Like I was dead ass wrong. I had you read completely wrong. It was never about you.
yep,
It was
it
about
was
me
me.
projecting my insecurities on you.
Yep,
Because I didn't have it to where I come into certain circles, me being somebody who's produced for artists in TDE and, them seeing them when they come into the city. When I moved out to the IE, some folks seeing them come to the city and greet me with a different energy. Just
yeah,
because I've been there from the beginning, immediately they started throwing the title of Hollywood on me.
yep.
And I'm like, it don't matter how humble I am. It's the crazy part? I say, I ain't Hollywood, dog. Like, man, you can approach me whatever you want. And then they say, I knew that nigga wasn't shit.
Yeah, because
How you go from I'm Hollywood to, oh yeah, he ain't really on shit. I see him all the time around here. Dog is like fake humble and all of
because
that
it
shit.
is.
Like, I'm really doing something better than him anyways.
They never wanted to like you
They never wanted to like you.
because you was doing something that they want to do. So every
Mhm.
time they see you doing it, it's a reflection of them not doing it. So they already had their mind made up.
Hold on. You gotta let that one sit for a second. You can't just cook like
Literally,
that on this show.
they had their mind made up. Like I literally just seen a video I did right the other day, and I was like, Bay Area rappers, we got to start rapping about pimping in 2026, right?
Oh.
Now, what I should have did was added more context because where I be mistaken is like I be talking from my brain. like of how my brain computes
Mhm.
and thinks. And I gotta remember the way I think ain't the way everybody think or ain't the way everybody see things. So I
Yeah.
have to break things down. Now I wasn't saying pimp should stop pimping. I was saying rappers who isn't really pimping should
Right.
stop rapping about things that they're not doing, right? Because you're putting in a level of attention on people that's actually doing it and yourself,
Yeah.
right? And I don't think that's a responsible thing that we should be doing in 2026, right? Now, with that, I get a bunch of people, oh, who this nigga think he is? Who this nigga? He defending the Pete, right? So there was a guy who came to my page and he leaves me a comment, right? And he's like, man, who you think you is telling people to stop pimping, whoop, 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 and all of this? And I go to his page and he has a picture with him and his friend and their children. His friend
Mhm.
has a son, he has a daughter. So I
Mhm.
screenshot the picture and I sent it to him. I said, my G, if your friend's son was to start pimping your daughter and rapping about it, how would you feel? Kurt, the nigga, deleted the whole goddamn DM and ain't reply.
Oh, yeah. Oh, in reality coming to the
Block
room,
me and everything.
I'll block you too. If I was that wrong, I'm gonna have to block you too. Like,
Block me and
yeah,
everything,
look,
right?
look, I don't want to railroad it, but I seen somebody put up a take. We was talking about this other day in the live stream. Somebody put up a take about how they was trying to go viral. It was a producer who said, let me ask y'all a question. Have y'all ever seen Dr. Dre actually make a beat? Not in front of the mixing board. Nigga, when I tell you, Race to 5'9", Scott Storch, Questlove, Faison Love, everybody came out and said, I saw it with my own eyes 1991 in Escondido. I said the way I would have shit my heart out and deleted that post.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
that makes sense why that happens, because it's like you think we can't see you. We on the same internet.
People already got their mind made up that they don't like you. It wasn't about me saying the pimp thing. It was about who said it. You see what I'm saying? They already had their mind made up. Man, you a rapper. You a nerd nigga from the suburbs. Like, you not in this shit. You don't understand. You don't, man, you know how many uncles I got and cousins I got who done tried that and then went to jail and then came and been like, man, cuz that shit over with. These young niggas now, they control the OnlyFans password. They
Yeah,
control the Twitter password. They not out here gorilla doing this and doing that. So, but as I had to learn, King, everybody thinks different. We all
sure.
got our own churches. I'm the pastor of mine, you the pastor of yours. They Glasses taught me this morning. They the pastor of their church. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And if that's how they decide to run their church, that's what they want to do. I
Yeah.
got my own church right here, and who I'm speaking to is who I'm speaking to. It wasn't for them people of that church. They could just be loud and react.
Yeah, yeah. What, man? Oh, you said a lot. You said a lot. That's DIYs. I told y'all the other day in the live stream. I said this is gonna be a master cook up, a master build. I appreciate everybody in here. Make sure you do hit the like button and all that. I want to talk about your independence,
Yeah,
because I saw a post where you put up on IG where you were talking about all the beautiful new renovations to the studio and all these
yeah.
different things that you're doing in the new year. When did independence stop being a fallback and become a philosophy for you in particular?
When I learned it, I think I didn't understand it. Like LaRussell lives probably about my mother and LaRussell's dad live next door to each other.
Oh, wow.
So when I'm home for Thanksgiving, a lot of times or Christmas, I call him. I'm like, "What you doing, bro?" And we link up and we just be talking. He's been telling me for fucking years,
Hmm.
bro, go independent, do the independent thing, do the independent thing, do the. And I was always somebody that was like, bro, I have a hard time building a team because I'm a hard person to get along with. You know what
Same
I'm
here.
saying?
Same
So
here.
it's hard for me to build a team and to find like-minded people that's just as passionate as I am about what I do, as in
Mhm.
they feel, and it frustrates me. And
Mhm.
earlier on in my life, I didn't know how to communicate that it frustrated me without it being a confrontation.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So I always was like, I'm gonna go to a major because I could lean on them for the publicist, the product manager, this and that, and they're solely there to do their job.
Right.
And once they do their job, they go home. I ain't gotta talk to them. I ain't gotta hang out. I ain't gotta be a real nigga to them.
I ain't
None
gotta
of that.
fire nobody. Like
Yeah, I
that's
ain't gotta
your
fire
business.
nobody.
I told y'all what I want. Go take
Yeah.
care of that. Yeah, yeah.
Boom, and they handle it. And once I started going through the situation with the label, I didn't have no answers. I have
Mm,
no answers, and I was calling people around looking for things to figure out. And the one person, bro, who I damn near talk to every single day, bro, Wallow.
interesting. Okay.
Wallow sends me something one day. I can't say what it is because I'm gonna give up too much game. I'll tell you offline.
You gotta
Wallow
hold on.
sends me
Hold on.
something one
Before
day.
you do that, that's even more reason for y'all to go over there and subscribe
Yeah,
and
yeah,
become a
yeah.
member and all of that. That right there, that's that right there. That was the pitch. You need to go and sign up and subscribe and do
Go
whatever you see
subscribe.
that name at. I'm
Yeah,
sorry. Go ahead and
go
cut. You said
subscribe. But Wallow sends me something one day, and I'm like, oh, I get it. Like it basically helped me see the next 50 years. Like
hmm.
Wallow sent me something that showed me in 2023 everything that's going on with AI today and what's about to happen in 27, 28, 29. So I started recognizing the patterns. And as I'm recognizing the patterns, I'm doing research through it and I'm
Mhm.
learning everything. And I'm like, oh, so the labels is funded too. The three major Universal's funded by Vivendi. These people get money from this Russian bank. They
Mhm.
get this. And I start seeing the patterns of how everything was working. And I was like, okay, how do I do this for myself? Right?
Mm.
I don't necessarily, because I was thinking small. How do I start a record label for myself? And then what I realized was I'm not trying to start a record label. I'm trying to start an operating system.
Hmm.
I'm trying to fast track the bullshit that people go through. So
Mhm.
I've started a stream that helped me find artists that need real help. So now in our Discord, right, there's an artist right now named Zay Silky. Comes to me the other day. He's like, yo, bro, I need help with such and such and such and such. I'm trying to get my marketing done, looking for a lawyer. Boom, boom, boom. That quick. Hey, here goes this person. Here goes
Wow.
that person. Here goes this person. Boom, 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 boom. We just started a real estate and finance tab in there. So now we got an artist who just got his first deal. He like, yo,
Come
I got
on.
200 grand. Where do I put this? My guy Kobe, who works in finance, is like, yo, take 3 grand and put it in the gold. Take
Yeah.
5 grand and put it in the silver because the cars now, all the electric cars is powered through silver. You know what I'm saying? So the more silver
Mm.
that we can consume right now, the value gonna keep going up. So my whole thing was giving people a better way of looking at things rather than just keep complaining about the problem.
Man, because I put up a post today about how it was such a bad decision that this administration dissolved PBS. But then I thought about it. I said, what's done is done. What they really did was give us the opportunity to become the new public education.
Literally, literally. And when I seen that, I was like, okay, how do I do this? And I stepped back and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna start a stream. Through my stream, I'm gonna give a music. Through
Mhm.
the music, I'm gonna build something with the people that actually wants the information from the stream. So we'll get people that come on the stream to see me act like a fool. Of course, I'm gonna clown
Sure.
people with bad music. I throw shit, we laugh, and all of that,
We
right?
hold on. First of all, you and I got to come together because I don't know if you ever seen Critique My Beats, but I'll be in here talking
Oh, I
shit.
love your beats. Yeah, we definitely gonna lock in. We definitely
Yeah,
gonna lock
no, I
in.
was saying the series Critique My Beats where I do music reviews.
Yeah,
I'm like, we got to do one because we on the same shit here. These folks, at one point in time, my music critique series was the least, I guess, viewed. This amongst all the content I do. These 5 hour, 6 hour streams is their favorite one to be in my community because
yeah,
it feels like real community. And it's like if you somebody that's too hypersensitive to be told, that makes you're not in key.
bro.
You're not even close to being in the scale. If that's too much, like I didn't had 5 diss songs. I didn't went my whole career to Symba, 20 something years and never had nobody diss me by 1 or 2 people. This
Facts,
last year, 6 diss songs
facts.
because of my music critiques.
Because of the music, because people can't take criticism, but it's not for them. Because what you just say, community.
Community.
right?
Yeah.
So when we think about the community, some glasses was telling me earlier, we think about the community, we think about Miss Johnson who need help across the street.
Hmm.
We
Yep.
think about Grandpa Ernie who need his grass cut. We think about the kid over there selling lemonade on the stand, right? We think about us doing something within a radius
Mm-hmm.
that we all have control to be able to gain power over where we currently are,
I love
right?
that.
So if you just sit here being negative, we gonna make fun of you because you can't take the critique that you need to help build our community. We trying to be better over here.
The goal is to get you to the best version of yourself and the best version of
Oh,
that song.
come
Oh,
on, come
like that.
on.
If you know, like you can tell the people. I came up. I'm gonna sound like Unk for a second, ladies and gentlemen. I came up in the era where the shit talking was the entry into the room,
Come on.
and you
Come
couldn't
on.
stay in the room if you could not take somebody saying, "Dog, them yeah, that verse is trash," or them drums is weak as hell. What the hell was you?
Come on.
If you can't take the clowning session from 5 or 6 different people, you will never be invited back in that room, no matter how talented you think you are.
Come on, bro. And that was literally the reason like I wanted to start the independent journey because I started seeing like, okay, I'm a build with the people,
Mm-hmm.
right? I'm a build with my audience. And also just started seeing you only as valuable as what you could leverage in this business.
Yeah.
So if you don't own nothing, what can you leverage? You're always getting leveraged. You see what I'm saying? So I started realizing, damn, I don't own none of my biggest songs.
Yeah.
Like all
Damn.
my songs that do great on streaming, Atlantic Records on them motherfuckers. Like how much? Damn, I don't own the performance that I put up on you. Damn, they got my YouTube page.
Yeah. Yeah.
You start realizing it. Like,
I
oh,
realized
they
how much
control the
behind
Spotify.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I haven't seen a Spotify check, a YouTube check. Where is this money going?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Where is all
It's
of this
going
money
somewhere.
going? And
It's
you
going
start
somewhere.
realizing I'm doing bad business. I'm putting my business and my destiny in the hands of others, and they don't care about it because they only care about what they can get from it. They're not the ones actually living through it.
To your earlier point about what I think you were implying was that you were building infrastructure through your Discord community, and you're showing people like this is how all of these pieces connect together. I think that's the thing that sometimes like we don't understand is how much that infrastructure
Yep.
has been what it's been because they literally are not hands on with every. It's just that's another stream of income
Yep.
that allows it to get to whoever is at the at the end of that line. But
Yep.
this is all interconnected points,
Yep.
and there's a department for this, there's a department for this, and you have contributed to that as the last person that was signed on. But it's a good system still, nonetheless, to be exposed to, and I think that's what I'm getting from you as well is that you seeing like, oh, y'all dropping the ball here. If you had
Yeah.
somebody that was a killer in here, like this would be a
And then
day
you
and
go
night
see,
difference.
like, all right, what is Elon Musk doing differently from Jimmy Iovine? Right? What
Okay.
is Larry Ellison doing different from Elon? Like what
Right.
you start trying to figure these and you start realizing, oh, they're all doing the same thing in different spaces. They have
Facts.
the same philosophy and the same ideology in different spaces. These are world builders. These are thought leaders. These are thinkers. And I've always been one of those type of people. The thing with me is I got kind of pigeonholed in a place before I could prove myself. You know what I'm saying?
I get it.
So I had to go do the work to make sure whatever information I'm giving, it ain't just rooted in my experience. I'm also giving the other side of it. So like I told you earlier, Atlantic wasn't wrong
Yeah.
because I've did the work to understand their side of the story.
Yeah.
I just was trying to play a different game at a time that I was caught in a contract and needed to play their game. But now that I'm out of that, I could play my game. We put out I Am independently. We shot the video independently. We came up with the marketing independently. All of that. And it's damn near about to be one of my highest streaming songs in its first 6 weeks.
Go get yours. It's that
You know
time.
what I'm saying? First release
Yeah.
off of a label. And now I'm like, I'm seeing it. So I
Yeah.
seen the, oh, Y'all like that. Okay, now that confidence, that
Yeah.
dopamine kick, it's like, oh, okay, Cass, meet me at the studio. We about to do this. We about to do that. Boo. And I'm
Look,
back into that space.
let me tell you, and shout out to Even because I did a project with Even after I had gone on a campaign, and it wasn't a campaign. It was
Yeah,
literally me reacting to all the nonsense happening with Spotify and the threshold payment, and this way before the ice ads and all the stuff people
yeah,
started
yeah, yeah,
talking about.
yeah.
When it was just like, yo, these payouts are the same 0.003. It's the same pro rata royalty pool system since whatever year that was, '09 or whatever. And the cost of living has only gone up. How is this not changed? How do you think people are supposed to make any kind of sustainable living, especially independent on this? And then I started just doing videos exposing a lot of the way that these things are connected, some of the stuff that you talked about earlier.
Yep.
And at the end of that, I decided to put out a project direct to consumer, and I took all my music off of streaming. Right? It's
Mm-hmm.
funny. I was talking to LaRussell. LaRussell laughed in my face. He was like, You did what?"
Yeah.
but at the time, and it's funny because he called back and he was like, "Kurt, I didn't see it at the time, but I completely get it. And I just wanted to hit you up."
Yeah.
I took it off and then I did Even, right? And the folks at that time, I think, really knew me more so for my content than my music. Put this instrumental slash song album out, and it did like 4K off of 125 people. And this was like in
Wow.
the first 2 or 3 weeks. And I know them
Wow.
numbers is not crazy to folks who've seen a hell of a lot of money, but I looked at
Yeah.
that and I said,
Yep.
y'all fucked up.
As a businessman, that's all you need to
That's
see.
all you, because if you see that, especially me knowing my overhead is nothing crazy because I'm recording at home. I got one of these companies, Kanaki, that I'm distributing. I'm getting my physicals from, and that's dirt cheap. I'm seeing all of this, and I'm seeing how to make the margins make sense. And then I'm seeing, wait a minute, I get to cook on all of those marketing and packaging ideas that people told me were outrageous or not in the
Yep.
budget because it's out of my pocket. Say less. So my creativity went through the roof, but that leads me to my next question for you. What changed creatively once you owned your direction?
I'm telling you, when I started thinking like a builder and not a rapper. Like everything I be telling people on my stream, they'll catch it in a few years because I'm telling them shit that you gotta think like to be a builder. They still in rap land.
Right.
So like a lot of people is still in the mind of go to the studio, make a song. I look at a song as just a signal now. Hey, look over here.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
When you get over here, we got this world of real estate for you.
Mm,
We got this gaming world that you could go, hey, we got artists, we got movies for you.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking at myself as a Netflix. I'm just at the very, very, very beginning stages of it. And I come from a label where I don't own none of the content I produce. So I got to start all over with brand new ideas, brand new content, brand
Yeah.
new inspiration. You know what I'm saying? And that momentum has inspired me. The stream was my first time starting something of my own. And now I'm getting into the music and movies and different things.
You know what's so dangerous about that though, Symba? And it's just me outside a point of view. You get to fast forward what Netflix had to struggle through
Yes.
when they were having to license from these major studios. And then
Yep.
one day they said, yo, what the fuck are we using their movies for? We can just have our own Netflix originals. You're starting day one with your Netflix originals.
Yep.
And
Yep.
I think that's the most powerful thing is that, yeah, you don't have access to those songs that you've already shared, but it's not like you about to get worse. You about to get better. Like you about
A
to have
lot
more
better.
access. And I feel like something happens too when people started to see me be less connected to some of these major label relationships. Doors started opening up independently that I've never thought. Like I never thought I'd be with Murs at Strangeland shooting a video at they crazy Strangeland headquarters, and I'm
I
looking
love
around
that you
and I'm like,
said that.
oh, I get it now. It's at an old J.C. Penney or Montgomery Ward building. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
I love that you said that because it's two sides to that, right? It's a side of that where when you independent, the big dog, like No ID said that to me when I first got off the lab. He was like, "Oh, you off? Okay, we can work now." And I'm like,
Mm,
"Damn, like why you didn't want to work when you was on the lead?" Like, cousin, people don't get it. He was like, "We'd create all this good music and do this shit, then they'd be talking about we need a hit and we need this." And he's like, "Bro, I don't want to play that game no more." But then there's a side of it to where when you get off the label and everything that met you through the label turn on you.
it's done.
When I tell you my comments don't look the same, boy, I used to have
Yeah.
so many people that met me through Dallas Martin. They ain't in them comments no more. People that met me through Atlantic Records, they ain't in them comments no more. And it's cool. At first,
Yeah,
I used to look at it like, damn, oh, I thought we was cool. It's like, oh no, y'all was buddy partner. That came with the package,
transaction.
with the label. Oh, got it.
Same
Got
thing
it.
for me. I'm assuming same thing for certain media outlets too.
Same thing. Same
Yeah.
thing. Because once you piss them off, like I said something about a big rapper before, and it got my record pulled from radio.
Yikes.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, but it's a learning experience.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If I don't say that, I don't learn how to conduct myself in certain spaces. It's all a part of the experience, and I get that experience to tell it to like a Zay Silky or Justin, who's an amazing artist in my Discord. If y'all haven't heard of Justin, check out Justin. He has a record called Mama. Justin is going to be very, very special. Trust me, and remember I said it. But
Mhm.
with artists like them, like Justin hit me yesterday. He like, yo, bro, I got my first hometown show coming up February 27th. How can I work some brand sponsorships into this? Because I want to pay for a bigger band and boom, 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 boom. All these different things. And we can discuss what that looks like and how to
Mhm.
do that, or even if I need to put them in touch with somebody or whatever it may be. But if I don't go through it, I don't know how to do that.
What that reminds me of one of my favorite books and favorite movies, The Spook That Sat by the Door.
I'm
The
the
co-
spook that's set by the studio. I say it
the,
on the stream all the time.
there you go.
I say it all the time.
Cause and you know what's crazy? I feel like God has sometimes put you in these rooms and you don't even know that's the role that you're playing. You think that you just, all right, this is where I'm at. I'm supposed to be sitting here learning, and this is my journey. And you don't realize, like, he'll quickly reveal to you how different on an ethical level, on an integrity level, and how out of alignment you are with the way that they compartmentalize and normalize like sucker behavior.
Yep.
And you start seeing, like, I saw it with A&Rs as a producer. I was like, the more educated I spoke on certain topics, the more they were like, you can't come back to the room.
Yep.
You're gonna be a
Yep.
problem. If you tell these other
Yep.
producers this, you're gonna be a problem.
Yep. And they don't want that around because people look at you like a whistleblower. And it ain't a
Mm,
whistleblower thing if you doing the right thing. See, you
right.
niggas scared for the information to get out because y'all doing bad shit to people.
Hmm.
Y'all lying to people. Y'all manipulating them. Y'all telling them one thing and doing another thing. You know what I'm saying? And you don't want that information to get out. So that's why they be like, nah, keep him away.
Yeah, yeah. Let me ask you the last question about independence. What is the hardest thing about being independent that people don't talk
Oh
about
man,
enough?
let me show you. I wrote a list. I got a list, y'all. Y'all see this list?
Oh, we got
Look
a
at this
list.
list.
Oh yeah, say less. We got a list. Oh man.
This is where all the money at in independency.
Yeah.
Right? I wrote a whole list of this shit, dog. Um, People not knowing where the money is. So we just look at it like the money's on streaming, right? But it's so many different places from owning your IP, right, to syncs. Um, what's another thing? Licensing deals with TV, like you could when you own your IP, you could leverage things more, right?
Mhm.
You ain't just gotta give it away or whatever. Merchandising, direct to consumer, publishing. Like a lot of people don't realize your PRO, right? Where your music is played anywhere where it's an audience, that's considered a public performance.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you played on an elevator, that's a public performance. If you played in a restaurant, that's a public performance. But a lot of people don't know how to get to certain companies or certain distribution deals or negotiate certain things to get a certain level of what's the word I'm looking for? Marketing that it may be to put more eyes on their songs.
Hmm.
So what I would always say is like understand where the money is at, bro. Brand partnerships. I know a lot of people, a lot of artists right now who funding a mansion off brand partnerships.
Just
You know
brand
what I'm saying?
partnerships
Just
exclusive.
brand partnerships. The brand will buy them a house and say, hey man, put my logo up in a room and stream once a week and we gonna pay your rent for 10 grand a month. You know what I'm saying? It's
Sheesh.
because they need it because the brand needs that attention. You know what I'm saying? If you getting 2,000-3,000 people on the stream, you think they don't want their logo right there?
Well,
You know what I'm
also
saying? That 10 grand gonna pay for itself in 2 weeks.
too the cultural cachet. Like they're able to get into rooms of conversations that usually they would look like the elephant in the room.
Yep.
But if people see somebody that they're getting all of this game from, or somebody that they get a lot of inspiration from, who happens to be in alignment, it's no different from like the 1950s approach of marketing, which was if you see something 7 times, people are generally make a buying decision, right?
You gonna make a decision.
You'll make a decision. Same thing, like a lot of the products we have in our house right now are not because of the best products. It's because of what our mom and daddy use.
Yep.
It's because of what we seen our folks. Like it's just that's part of the programming and part of seeing it 7 times. But you add that to the conversation we having now, it makes a lot of stuff make sense. I want to talk about this live streaming though, because you're
One more thing, right quick,
right,
before we get into that. I want
sure.
to encourage everybody with their merch in 2026. Stop putting an emoji on a t-shirt and calling it merch. Okay? It's not merch. It's not merch.
But Simba, everybody in my comments always leave 100 emojis, and I want to make sure they feel seen.
No, it's not merch. Your merch in 2026 should tell a story. And I'm telling y'all this because I almost made the same mistake. I was about to print up a whole gang of merch that somebody had designed with and I realized, what does this have to do with my story? Like, why is people going to want to buy this?
Because you keep it 100, Simba.
You see what I'm saying? That ain't a good enough. That ain't a good enough reason to make me pull out my card and press 100 on Apple Pay.
Because your strings make me LOL. That's why that makes sense. Dog, the way I see him selling it, because I get in these one-on-one, like I call them breakthrough calls. I don't even call them coaching calls anymore. These breakthrough calls. I talk to the artist and I'm like, I just be quiet because I'm like, you gonna smell the bullshit on your own breath in a minute.
Mm-hmm.
But and it's crazy because I removed all of my merchandise for this very same reason last year. Because I looked at it and I just looked at it in my closet and I was like, nigga, it's not even the kind of shit I buy.
Come on.
I wouldn't even wear this.
Come on.
I'm literally
look, Kirk. We designing right now, baby.
Oh, that's you. Oh, that's nice. Come on.
I'm talking to my people right now over at Carhartt Love right now.
Yeah. Oh, see, the thing is,
we trying to do something right.
What I love about what you did with your brand here is that it's not overly advertising. Like even when you think about the like you think about a Supreme hoodie, it might say Supreme or it might be really, really small here on the corner. Or when you think about like even like the traditional brands that I know my generation came up under, the Carl Kanais and the Fubu's, like there was always a bit of class into the way it was presented. You see that 05, you ain't got to see Fubu to know what that is.
Come on,
and I
bro.
think that some of that is missing and folks forget, yeah, this is another stream of revenue for you as an artist, but you have chosen to get into the merchandise and attire and clothing apparel business. And you can't half-ass that. If you do it right.
That's why when I seen these guys, bro, Carbone Love is the name of the brand. When I seen them in a mall in Sherman Oaks, and I was like, who is these guys? I want my merch to come out with them. I went and looked them up. They were a small brand with like 8,000 followers, just getting started. Perfect marriage. You know what I'm saying? So now we could go back and forth with ideas and we can create something I actually wear. So if a kid be like, I want to be Symba for Halloween, you know what to put on.
Yeah. Yeah. And you know, it's funny. All Hip Hop did an article, shout out to LC years ago, where he made a whole article about this. He said, every one of your favorite rappers, you can tell they have strong branding because it's very easy to be them for Halloween. So if you want to be Tupac, you know, you get that bandana, leather vest. If you want to be Biggie, you get the glasses, the Koji sweater, the hat, like, you know
exactly their identity.
And a lot of folks a lot of folks got the personality of just a nigga that work at UPS, and they don't even know, like, their whole branding is no disrespect to nobody who work at UPS, of course.
No disrespect.
But the whole thing is like, that's what separates. That's what people are magnetized to you, because something about you stands out from the herd of people who are all doing and saying the same thing.
And I think that's going to be shown in 2026 more than ever. I think we about to see the death of a lot of podcasters, a lot of streamers, a lot of content creators, a lot of influencers, a lot of rappers, because so many people have played a role and a version of themselves that people have bought into, that the actual person they are is not entertaining as the role that they played. And what's about to happen in 2026 is we want to know who you are. We want to see who you are. And when we look into who some of these people are, Aiden Ross, corny. You see what I'm saying? Just corny shit. It's like, man, why are we highlighting him? Like, why are we, you know what I'm saying?
I think we've been. I think we all went through our own version of a hypnosis where a lot of us kind of looked up and said, "Well, this is the way things are. This is the
Yeah,
way that it's constructed. It's way too financed. The machine is way too strong. This is just the current climate, and you got to hold on to your morals and your ethics. And maybe one day it'll shift." I don't think they've ever seen a day. I don't think they ever saw a day that we'll be living in today where them same people that used to like couldn't wait to get on stream with you and watch you on their whole work shift
yep,
are looking at you and saying, "Bro, what's your fucking talents? Like, what do you
yep,
actually do?"
yep.
Because I watch Simba and I know he has the ability to do all the things that he's speaking on.
Hmm.
He can do that in front of you if you want to, but that's not even the reason people are there. They're gravitating towards you first.
Hmm.
And so I wonder, Aiden Ross, all of these other streamers that just have these weird these like I said it on Twitter today. I said it's so crazy that at one point in time, I don't want to say people were okay with it, but they was really letting these streamers groom our babies
No,
to
what
be.
happened is, I'm gonna tell you what happened. What happened is
Yeah,
we start acting like people watching people watch people was important.
yeah,
See, you important because you watching somebody important. It
that's
appears
crazy.
that you got a voice because you arguing with somebody important. But if you take away that computer, what do you do?
Yeah,
Because if you take this, you could take all of this shit away from me right now. Let's go get in these streets and rap. Let's go get in that studio. Let's
mhm,
go get on that basketball court. Let's go get in front of these cameras and act.
yeah. What do
I
you
done
what
done that
value do you
research.
bring to the room?
You know what I'm saying? I got talent to bring.
Yeah,
You know, so a lot of these guys, y'all don't have nothing. And I'm not talking about a speed, because speed is talented.
yeah.
I
Oh,
show
he's shown
speed is
that. He's shown.
talented.
I think as a reason why he kind of separated himself
Yeah, him,
all
Kai
that moment.
Sinat,
Yeah,
Ben the Don, different streamers, they are talented. They have an actual talent. But some of these guys, y'all talent is watching a nigga watch a nigga.
and you got a fan base. You could be a top
For
fan
that.
with a fan base because you watch him the most. Are you a stream
And
clipper?
because the people watching you, they not talented. So they not
Insane.
inspired by nothing but you watching somebody else, and you got a louder voice than them. So to them, you just a little bit more important. Man, you's a fucking lame.
Use a tell it, say it. So
You's a
the point,
fucking lame.
look, the point I wanted to make on that last thing I was going to say about the babies being exposed to rhetoric that was leading them down a road to become uh, these racist crypto scammers and these red pill uh,
Right wing.
gambling addicts. Yeah, right wing gambling addicts. Like dog. And at some point in time, it's like, how the hell do we ever let that happen? You had to be there to understand what the climate looked like because there was a lot at stake. There was a lot of risk that if you jumped out by yourself and there was no backup, it to me, it's like a lot of the stuff that's going on with a lot of folks in the trials and timing matters because if you say something too soon, you could get blackballed. If you say something too soon, that could be detrimental to the rollout of your art. It may cut off some opportunities for you to speak about your art on larger platforms. It's just I'm not making excuses for it, but I'm saying that I understand why now had to be the time, which is why I'm so glad that Glass has set it off.
Yeah.
I
And
I think he
really
set it
what it
off
is,
recently with this.
Kurt, is like co- capitalism kills culture.
Break that
We don't
down.
like to talk about it, but when everything's about capitalism, we lose what the culture means. So if everything's about a dollar, if I gotta sell my record and go sit next to Aiden Ross, who am I as a fucking man at this point? Because I don't even like this nigga.
He don't like me or the
See,
people
he
I
don't like
represent.
me, but we're doing this to get money. So when it becomes about capitalism, what do we stand on? We ain't standing on nothing no more. And what's starting to happen is it ain't about the capitalism no more, bro. We gotta stand for something because y'all not respecting us for nothing.
Yeah.
Even when we get money, y'all not even respecting that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I got neighbors, bro. I'm getting ready to move to a new crib and a new facility. Bro, we pull into the gate the other day. The neighbor asked me, "What are you doing over here?" I'm like, I ain't even moved in. Here we
I
go.
ain't even here yet.
Here we go. Here we go. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't even about the money. It's you feel like you're superior to me as a person and I don't belong over here. You know what I'm saying? We got to look at them the same way. Hey, y'all get the fuck out of our culture.
Yeah.
Going back
Yeah.
over there and see how that works.
I'm with that because that places us back in the power position and not in a position to where we gotta do some performative job to make them convinced I'm not one of the stereotypes that you think. And it's like, who are you to be on a pedestal, to be the one to judge me, first of all, and then
Facts.
second of all, who are you to perform for? I don't perform
Facts.
for nobody.
Facts. Because if we don't pay you no attention, you don't matter.
You don't matter.
See,
You don't
everybody right now could stop paying Curtis attention, stop paying Symba attention. At some point, you'll be like, damn, that rap was good. Damn, that was a good beat. That was a good fucking beat. I can't even lie. That was a good song, man.
I hate that I'm about to say this, but that shit was kind of hard.
That shit fire, nigga. Woo, woo. You know what I'm saying? Because you have something that you offer to the culture. Y'all just spectators. You know what I'm saying? And now you want some more authority and feel like because you got some money now, you can say whatever you want. Not over here, buddy.
And I think the one thing that capitalism also does in a negative sense for some people who are big supporters of it, it puts blinders on. And you don't realize when there's shifts, dramatic shifts happening on a cultural level because you don't even believe in what the culture is.
Facts.
You're not aligned with people. You're paying people for their proximity. That doesn't mean that you tapped in. That means that you're paying for somebody who is tapped in or more tapped in. And I don't think they recognize, like we keep talking about this shift. I don't know how anybody could sit around and deny what is happening. I even look at your presence in this space as a part of that shift, in that we come from years and years of independent artists saying, I don't want to have to do content. I don't want to be in front of the camera. I just want to work on my music. And dog, the time is asking for more. And I look at what you're doing, and you're not just on here like, and of course I wouldn't expect that from your personality anyways, but you're not on here just acting a fool.
Yeah,
it's like you making sure you bringing a whole lot of value to the environment.
Think about it like this, brother. If we look at the top digital sports shows, right? What would you say? Let's just name 5 of the top digital sports shows. What would you say?
Digital sports shows online or like on
online.
Traditional online? Digital sports show, set one off for me so I know what category we in.
Gilbert Arenas.
Gilbert Arenas. That's probably the first one I'm going to think about. Gilbert Arenas. Who else? I watch a lot of Lakers content, so I got to think about this before.
You say Jeff T, Club 520.
Club 520 for sure.
7 p.m. in Brooklyn, Carmelo.
Carmelo Anthony, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Out the Mud, Zach Randolph.
Right? I haven't tapped into that one yet, but I heard about that one. Okay.
All the Smoke, Matt Barnes, Steven Jack.
I forget about that one. Yeah, All the Smoke is definitely up there as well.
You know what all 5 of them have in common?
They got former professionals as the host.
They all played.
They all played the game.
The days of the Skip Bayless is done.
Thank God.
We want, and I love Skip Bayless.
Yeah, no disrespect, but I'm like,
we want information from people who did it.
You know when I felt
live it.
You know when I felt that shift coming, Symba, when we saw JJ Redick sit down with LeBron, and you saw millions of people tapping into X's and O's.
Yep.
Or tapping into like what traditional media like ESPN would say, like the label told you, oh, nobody want to hear that shit, bro. They just want to hear about the drama, who got suspended. They want to see the fights. And it's like, oh, you thought people weren't out here actually wanting to know about the game that they watch for 2 and 3 hours at a time. You thought that wasn't a thing?
Now, that don't mean that the Skip Baylesses and different analysts won't have their shows and won't have their thing. What I'm saying is they're not the only ones dominating the space anymore.
Because that was problematic.
It's the same thing that's happening in music. The difference is we're just very early. We're just very early. So in 2-3 years, when Hurricane Wisdom get nominated for a Grammy or whatever it may be, just make sure you circle back to the platforms that helps you get there.
Hello.
You see what I'm saying? And that's how we build an ecosystem for this whole thing to work for us. So once Hurricane Wisdom win a Grammy, he ain't got to go all the way to the other side to feel accepted. And we can keep everything right here and protect him amongst the culture. We taking back the rules of this shit. That's really what it is. The players is now running the arena.
Yeah, and the conversations are starting at a higher bar because there's a player code of ethic, like the same thing amongst artists.
Yep.
Like there's questions that I'm literally never going to ask an artist, and I've been around a lot of journalists type, right? Like
Yep.
some of the top in journal, and there's certain rules that apply in that world that I
Mm-hmm.
say as an artist, that's the limitation for me. I
I,
can't pass that ever.
I just told people in my Discord yesterday, I said, what y'all gotta remember is how y'all approach an artist sometimes. So it was a young artist in the chat, and he said, I seen such and such in the airport. He was treating me like an asshole or whatever it may be. I said, bro, you don't know, bro was probably trying to rush out there to get to the show. You know what I
Mm,
mean? He probably had somebody waiting on him at a video shoot or whatever it may be. We don't know what people going through. So what we got to learn as artists too is how to read a room.
sure.
Sometimes it ain't the right time to approach somebody. Sometimes it's the right time just to make sure he remember your face. So the
Yeah.
next time he see, he be like, bro, I remember you from such and such or whatever it may be. Then you try to go in and tell him you do music or whatever it may be.
Mhm.
But learn to read the room is very important.
Can you talk a little bit more about that? In that, I had somebody give me game, and I've used it to this day. If I meet somebody that is influential, if I meet somebody that is, I'm like, damn, I don't know the next time I'm gonna see them. I always give them the respect of one. Of course, it's a pleasure to meet you, but I'm going to
Yeah.
give you the confidence that I will see you again. Because if I do my job, I'm supposed to see you again because we're in the same industry. Can you
Hmm.
kind of? And I'll never ask for anything the first time. I
Yeah.
rarely even ask for photos. And
Yeah.
you got to understand. I've known Kendrick for years, and I seen him at a random release party for my dog Be Fresh for his album. Kendrick came in
Yeah.
the building, and I told my wife, I said, "Look, it's gonna be some rapper shit that I tell you right now." I said, I have no problem with you taking a photo with him. I know you would love to. That's one of your favorite artists,
Yeah.
but like this is different.
Yeah.
We show him respect. The next time, take your photo, but just
Yeah.
this time, hear me out and trust me. She said,
Mhm.
"All right."
Yeah.
And what actually happened was a story she still tells to this day because it wasn't transactional. It wasn't, oh, here's a celebrity. Let's take a photo, and that's what you're good for. Let me leave.
Mhm.
First thing he said, I see you doing good for yourself. He looked at her, he said,
Mhm.
I see you doing good for yourself. And she said,
Mhm.
oh my God, he said, I do good for. That's more memorable than the photo. But can you talk a little bit
Way
about
more.
the necessity of kind of walking with the confidence that you'll see these people again?
Yeah, nah, definitely. The thing is, man, if you know you're gonna continue to work, there's no way you're not gonna see them again. If you know that deep down now, if you got some type of insecurities about yourself or you're not sure, you don't believe in yourself enough, you might do some desperate shit because you don't know if you're gonna be around. But
Mm,
if you know you're gonna continue to put that work in, it's no way that you're not gonna see these people again. So I've done things, not gonna say no name, even on down to how I've positioned a feature before. I wanted to
mm,
do a feature with a specific artist, and I kept running into him, but I didn't want to look like I was just thirsty. You know what I'm
mm,
saying? So I would every time I see him, I hit him, "What's up, bro? What's up, bro? Ooh. Hey, love that fit, bro. Keep pushing." You know what I'm saying? Keep pushing.
right.
So one day I go to his page and I look at all the girls he follow,
Mhm.
and I send all of them $30 to post my song. All of them.
Oh,
Send them $20, $30. Now the shit cost me about $1,200. I'm not gonna lie.
that's a good
Right?
investment. Right, right. Okay.
2 weeks later, he follows me.
Mm,
Follows me. I DM him. I say, man, bro, appreciate the follow. We definitely got to get in. He say, man, I meant to tell you that last time I seen you. 2 weeks later, the song was done.
where else you finna get this game except for on Simba's platform? Where else you finna get this game except for Curtis King TV? Hold on, that right there, that right there. Now, rappers, because I want to get into this last part right here because, dog, the game that I know you have for these, my tribe is called DIYers,
Yeah.
right? They're self starters. They're people not afraid to get their hands dirty. They're not afraid to learn through the traditional old school way of doing things. And I think that
Love that.
you've been speaking the gospel of that all day long. But oh my goodness. So one more time, the points you just made. What was the point? One more time.
So what I was saying was how I got to the artist by using all the girls he followed.
Okay. So
Paid all of them and they posted song and he followed me.
the amount of rappers that come to me and still to this day will sing the gospel of spamming It's so strategic. Like, you are in the DMs of people with no interest. You're cold calling people who have no interest to be on the phone with you,
Yep.
hoping to get 1%, half a percentile of people that will tap into your music, and you met them on such shallow, so for such shallow reasons, on such
Yep.
shallow arrangements. They're gonna leave you the moment somebody else does the same thing.
Yep.
Can you kind of speak to why that strategy was so different than an artist that maybe be out here just shooting DMs
Because
to artists?
because when you spam somebody, you may get a follower. But when somebody discovers you, you get a customer. You get somebody that likes you, that want to stay with you. And I knew that the rapper I was hitting, me and him share a lot of the same fans. And I
Mhm.
knew the song I was asking the females to post was a song that they would appreciate as women. So
Mhm.
I wasn't making it a conflict for nobody, right?
Yeah.
But I was strategically thinking, how do I make this easy for everybody for me to get to him? I wasn't trying to make it hard.
Yeah.
So sometimes we complicate it, spamming, doing this, doing that, doing that. By doing that, what that's really showing is you don't care about your work. You don't value your work. You would just send it to anybody. You doing it, you sending me the same message that you send another rapper. What if we was together, kicking it in the studio, and you sent us the same man? We like, look at this clown ass nigga. You know
And
what I'm saying?
it happens more often than they would even expect. Because
So
I've
we
been in the
gotta
studios
put
when it happened.
care. We
Yeah.
gotta put care into how we market our work, bro. I seen a kid in Portland years back, about 2 years ago. The kid went and printed up, I want to say it was like 10,000 fake parking tickets. And he wrote all of these parking tickets and he said, pay here with the QR code. And when you scan the QR code, it took you right to his goddamn Spotify.
Hold on. You gotta relax. You gotta relax.
That's somebody that care.
I see. Have you ever seen the when they have like those lists of the greatest guerrilla marketing ideas? You ever see the one where it's a flyer that's folded into a wallet and it has money out of it?
Oh, I ain't seen that one.
Oh, I gotta send that to you. I didn't know you was on your marketing buff like that, because I'm telling you,
Yeah.
dog, I obsess over these marketing ideas. It was somebody, I want to say a pizza, like a mom and pop pizza place. They have this flyer that's constructed like a wallet that folds over, and there's $1 or like $100 bill at the tip of it. You pick it, you open it up, and it's a full advertisement on to the pizza place. So
Wow.
you think you picking it up about to get some money, and it's like, well, I guess I am hungry and a pizza. So they started literally littering around their own restaurant.
See? It's all about how you care about it and the value that you put
Right.
into it. Because one thing about artists, we creative. So if we put that same mind that we use into creating these lyrics and these beats in the marketing,
Come on.
we'll figure something out.
Why do you think that there's such a block when it comes to content, though? Because I've said the same exact thing on this channel, in that it is such a spiritual experience to take words that are just mumbles and nothing and turn them into choruses and verses that change people's lives. Why do you think that when it comes to the marketing or the content of an artist's music, so many struggle to do things outside of just like screenshotting SoundCloud play buttons and shit like that?
I'm gonna say what I think. This is my opinion.
Mhm.
If anybody wants to get mad at me, I'm not saying this is a fact. This is my opinion. Everybody has a voice, but I don't believe everybody needs a platform. I don't think everybody's meant to be in front of a camera. I think some people are meant to hold it. Some people are meant to watch what's on the camera. Some people is meant to hold the light. I don't think everybody's meant to be the person on the camera. And I
Mhm.
think what happens now is attention has become the new currency. And it's rewarding people to be in front of the camera more than to be behind it. But people are losing the value of being behind it and living an actual life and taking care of themselves for the attention that they can obtain online.
Mhm.
So I think a lot of people have a hard time because they're just not good at making content.
Yeah.
You're nervous. Your shoulders is like this when you talk. You're
You got a
scared
hold of
to
the
look at the
voice.
camera.
Wait,
You
you ain't
breathing
never used that
every
voice
time.
before. You
You,
ain't never
you,
used that voice.
you know what I'm
Hello?
saying? Your
Hello,
voice didn't
Instagram.
changed.
Hi, Instagram. I just want to
Yeah.
see about a new project that I had. You ain't never talked like that a day in your life.
Like,
So,
bro,
but
could you imagine if DMX like had to be on fucking Twitch? Like, what's up, dog? Make sure you like, sub, and subscribe to the YouTube, dog. Make sure you follow. Make sure you follow the channel, dog. We'll be back next week, dog. Like, it'd be like, whoa. like, whoa.
about to pass out because
Rest in
he's
peace,
so
Dad.
like, we made it. We done made it to the goal that we had. We had made it to goal.
Shout out to the chat.
Boy in the stream.
Shout out to the chat, y'all. We just
Shout out to
crossed
the
200,000 subscribers. Shout out to the. It would just be
L's in the
like,
chat. W's in the chat. Yeah. No,
what
you
the
can't. You
hell?
can't. No.
You know what I'm saying? But somebody like a Jadakiss is perfect for it.
Perfect for it. Well, okay, to play devil advocate, how else are these artists supposed to connect with the people since music is seen as one piece of the experience in the ecosystem?
I think sometimes what we got to learn is you may not be the person that can connect to the people, but you can help somebody connect to the people.
Okay.
Right? So one of my close friends, he'll call me with song ideas all the time. He'll call me with a hook or like a top. Like we got this idea right now called CPR, Clout Profit Repeat. Right?
Okay.
And it's like this crazy idea. And he calls me with the idea. And I'm like, bruh, why you don't rap this? He like, I don't have the voice that you have. He was like, it will mean so much more if you say it.
Self-realization.
You know what I'm saying? But a lot of us would try to go to the studio and do it and say it. And then if it don't come out good and then ask me and I'd be like, I don't know. Now I'm a hater that don't support the dream and all. But he looks at it like, I'm not a rapper, bro.
Right.
Like you got the voice to say this shit.
If only more people thought like that, it would be so many, it would be so less songs being uploaded every day because damn it, that's the scariest part about this time period is that you, as a seasoned vet, as a professional and a master of your craft, will tell somebody with all of your heart, that ain't it. They'll go online and somebody who is just protecting their ego and somebody who's enabling will be like, this actually ain't that bad, dog. Like for your third or fourth song, like you really have a talent. You should do this as a professional.
And then now you a hater. Well, Symba said it ain't it and woo, 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 woo. But it's like I said earlier, everybody got their own church.
Everybody got their own church.
So if that's what your church like, make that for your church. I just ain't coming to your church, nigga. I just ain't gonna be there. And that's okay.
You can keep passing that collection plate. You can keep passing that collection plate on down on
pass it.
I got no reason. There's nothing I need to contribute to this church at all.
Thanks.
What should artists stop romanticizing about the industry?
Ooh, what should artists stop romanticizing about? Oh man, I would say the idea of the perfect team.
Okay.
Like I think we all be having this idea of like a lot of people be further than us because they have a better team. And that don't necessarily be the case. Somebody just may have a clearer way of explaining their vision to their team than you do. You know what I'm saying? And they're more realistic about getting to their goals. So I know for me, it was like my goal was to always to try to be the biggest rapper in the world. And what I didn't understand is everything that comes with that. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't even disciplined enough to be the biggest rapper in the world when I first got in the game. I'm drinking everywhere, going out to eat. I'm going to Starlets, getting all the girls I used to DM. Come on, we going out. Ooh. I'm doing all the rapper stuff. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have a discipline until I realized like, oh, this ain't how you gonna do it, my boy. This really distracting you. This holding you back for real.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think the idea of like having what it's supposed to look like in our mind, not happening, making us feel like we failed when you could still get to your destination and it not looked how it looked when you dreamed about it.
Man.
And I think sometimes we romanticize the way we want it to look versus what it actually is. And we miss our opportunity to still get to the destination because we want it to look a certain way. I used to want to have my manager look a certain way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or my publicist look a certain way or my crew to be a certain way. And wasn't until I started growing where it's like, oh, I don't even want you niggas around me.
You, man, let me tell you why you just spoke to my soul on that one. There was a point in time where, of course, I was an artist before someone like a Kanye West existed. But when a Kanye West came into the ecosystem, I said, oh, that can work.
Yeah.
Somebody who's rapping a different way, that's rapping about different topics. That, oh, this can work on a level like this. And there was a point in time, got it documented, where Ab-Soul said, Curtis is the West Coast Kanye West. Glasses was like, man, that nigga right there, what he do on them beats and them raps, that's the West Coast. And I embraced that. And I said, man, like, this is the vision I see for myself, until I realized how many stories you've seen or how many transformations you've seen of that gentleman where he don't even seem like he wants to be himself. And he didn't know what come along with that. And this is not an attack on him, but this is me just saying, like, I had to come to the realization that we're all filling out our own Wikipedia pages.
Yep.
And when you look at those Wikipedia pages, you see all these accomplishments and highlights. You know what they leave out a lot of the times? The times shit didn't work.
Didn't work.
And I look at it and I say, here I am now. I started in 2003 as a producer on a PlayStation, making beats on MTV Generator. Me and my boy in high school, my homie Keaton, we just making music, talking about, man, we want to take care of our family. That was our goal when doing music, right? And we wanted to make sure that we mastered the art because we love so many of the top tier lyricists. Here I am now, 23 something years later. And what I'm realizing is that, like, God let me see some of the ugliest parts of this industry without it having to be happening to me. I seen it firsthand with so many artists of the things that they got to deal with in the major label system. I've been blocked out of rooms and I was like, God, like, didn't I put the work in? And he's like, you don't understand what I'm protecting you from. Stand down. I'm sitting here now talking to an artist like a Symba. Like, you know, I'm sitting here a year ago talking to Punch in my living room. After knowing him for 20 something years. And I'm like, this feels like freedom. I have the autonomy to talk about the things without worrying about somebody calling my phone and saying, hey, y'all talking a little bit too close to the truth. Chill out. None of that's happening. I would work all over again for this type of autonomy and this type of opportunity to talk to individuals like the DIYers in here and yourself. So I appreciate you sharing that message, because I think a lot of people need to hear that.
A lot of us,
your story may be very different than what you envision.
A lot of us go through it, bro. A lot of us dream it and see it a certain way, and it don't necessarily go that way. And we fight it and fight it and fight it. And when you continue to fight it, you can be ignoring the blessing that's right in front of you. It can still get you to where you want to go, but you see it a certain way. And like I always say, some people want to win, some people want to win their way. And when somebody want to win their way, bro, ain't nothing you can do for them.
There's not enough blessings in the world. I heard one of these like gurus on social media, he said that if you think for a second that money is the final goal, he said, let me tell you, he said, I used to be an assistant to a billionaire who I would wake up every morning and I would open up his blinds and I would ask him the task for the day. And he said, this man would wake up disappointed that he was number 4 or 5 on the Forbes list.
Yeah.
What more do you need?
Bro, think about it like this, right? if money is everything, right? If money is all we need, I want somebody in the chat right now to try to go take 200 grand or whatever you got, right? Say if somebody in the chat got 200 grand. Try to go buy a house with 200 grand cash and see how that works. See how that works. They gonna ask your credit report. We need to see some statement. Where you get this money from?
Hey, what you on, bro? Where you coming with this?
Where you coming with this money from? So that tell you right there, you got all this money, but still can't get the house until they go through this approval process, because we gotta see if this is legit, my boy. And that's the same thing that we gotta bring back to hip hop. Gatekeeping. Is you legit, my boy?
Hey.
Is you from this culture? Let me see your credit report, my boy.
Credit reports, I said also too, DMV. You know,
we
DMV
need to
check.
audit some of these niggas.
We got to audit some. And you know what? A lot of folks, dog, I'd have never been this disappointed. First of all, I'm gonna need to point out how you just lined somebody up in my chat. Hey, who got 200K in the chat? Hey, 200K in the house? I'm gonna need you not to be lining up my folks like this. Somebody's about to be like, I'm glad somebody finally acknowledged.
And I was saying 200K on a down payment, not for a full house. I'm just saying, if you take a down payment of 200K cash, They gonna be like, where's you getting this shit? Like, show me where this came from.
You said audit. I said it's like the DMV when they start checking your vision. When you get a certain age, you got to take that driver's test all over again. I think that the same thing applies to people who are proximity wise again. They've been known traditionally as, oh, he's good. He's good. His hip hop credentials are on point. But it's like, as them tax brackets start to shift, as your circles start to shift, as you start to justify things of people that you used to look at as oppressors now become friends.
Yep.
Where's your moral code now that you've justified and got closer and closer to the principles of capitalism? We may not be on the same page in any regard except for a love and a nostalgia for your old music.
Yep. Some people want $1 billion. Some people just want 10 million.
Yeah.
Right? And the person who wants $1 billion, sometimes they be willing to do stuff that the person that just want the 10 million ain't willing to do. And that's why they cool with the 10 million. It ain't that they gave up. They just realized I'm okay with this because it's going to be hard for me to sleep at night knowing I did such and such and such and such to get that $1 billion. And I don't want to be somebody waking up like, oh,
yeah. Dog, look,
I can't believe I did that.
I never had been this close to the lifestyle of a billionaire until I talked to somebody who was a friend of an assistant of a billionaire in Denver. And he told me, he said, man, she's the sweetest lady I know, but she can't go nowhere without making phone calls to prepare for security, to prepare for her presence. She can't even do charitable things where that should, in some sense, protect her because she's pouring back into the community. He said she's one of the sweetest ladies you ever meet, but she no longer has the same life. And you may look at it differently when you realize that money is what you need to protect you in the prison that you've built.
Come on, bro.
I wasn't ready for that.
I went to Ibiza last year with Will Smith. Shout out to Will Smith, the big homie right there. And we was working on his album. And it just was amazing to me of how humble he was with how he has to move as an individual. Yeah. So it's like, he put us all first class. We on the best shit, best hotels, best everything. But it's like, he got to come on the jet at a different airport to a different location and getting a different set of cars to meet us at a different house that's way in the middle of the ocean somewhere. That it's just like, God damn, like, this is a lot. But it's what comes with the territory. Unfortunately, some people didn't ask for that. Some people was talented and they had good friends that built the business around them and protected them from not having to deal with it. But some people chased it. And I feel like when you chase it is when you lose your moral compass and lose who you are, because you're only important as your last dollar. And if you ain't making no money, you ain't making no purpose.
Yeah.
So people just start making up things to do.
Man, that's heavy. That's heavy because I think that even though I don't got billionaire type of problems, I do find myself when business gets tough, and traditionally when business has gotten tough, when money has gotten tight, there's a part of us that sometimes attaches our manhood because we're providing for families, we're providing for a household. And it's like, it ain't like I'm not working.
That's the part people didn't understand when I'm going through the label situation. They like, why he not dropping music? Ooh. I'm like, okay, y'all gotta understand. It damn near cost me 10 grand a month to go to the studio, and the label ain't paying for it no more. This coming out of my pocket. I'm paying for videos. I'm paying my cameraman 7 grand a month.
Yeah.
I'm paying for ads.
Yeah, it's gonna be a little slower. It's gonna be a little slower.
It's gonna be a little slower this time. And on top of that, I got a 7-year-old. I got a girl. We just got a new house. I got a mama. We got bills. We got rent. We got mortgages, studio rent, all kind of different things to where in a perfect world, hey, if I could every day give y'all the quality song, I would. But listen,
you don't think I want to do this? You think I love you? The reason you know me is because of the love that I've put into this.
This shit gonna take a little more time than extra this time, but I promise you, it's gonna be a lot better than the music I gave y'all last time.
And this time you playing a different game, knowing it is going 100% to you being independent. Hello,
1000%.
I got a few more questions, man, because we respect your time, and I would love to have you on again.
I love this, man. Easy time, anytime, man. I gotta get you on my stream too. We starting back up next Wednesday, so I'm gonna definitely tap in with you.
Okay, and I know you're moving in, so if it, like, to your point, if it takes time, it takes time. I'm here. I would love to have
No,
a
they over there
conversation.
now setting up. I'm
Yeah,
literally at the old house came here to do this. I hung the jerseys back up so we could do this. The jerseys
I
came off the
appreciate you.
wall.
I appreciate you. Look,
Yeah.
they don't understand that. They don't understand the struggle of the decor. I have never looked into some. I ain't never cared about no Pinterest, bro. The fuck is a Pinterest? And my wife was like, "Oh, you need decor ideas?" She's like, "Open this app up." I'm like,
They don't
she
get
look
it,
like it's for,
bro.
it look like it's for women, and then here I am pinning and favored and
Yep.
shit. I'm like,
Yep.
"Yup."
Yep. Same here, bro. Same here. Same here.
Man, a few more questions for you. I want to zoom out to the state of hip hop right now, man.
Yeah.
Describe hip hop culture right now in one sentence. Well, not even one sentence. I want to hear your extended conversation on that. How would you describe the state of hip hop culture? A lot has happened over the last few years. What would you say is your viewpoint?
I think hip hop is getting lost in transition. And what I mean by that is the world is transitioning into one big neighborhood. It used to be a time to where it's like we didn't know what was going on in London or Dubai or whatever. Now we follow people from over there,
Yeah.
right? And they follow us. And now they've listened to our music, they've adapted our culture, they've done a lot of these things, and a lot of what's made hip hop a important was we've always been the voice of the Black experience to the world.
Mm-hmm.
And we've always been the driving force of youth culture, and that's no longer a thing because they have TikTok now. We have
Yeah.
social media. We have all these different things that's driving youth culture and driving things towards people. And now because hip hop has expanded and become a capitalistic society, what happens now is they'll say, all right, we gave all y'all rappers in 2020 this money. Let's say if I'm iHeart, I gave all y'all $7 million to this artist to buy his touring for all the art hype festivals, and I gave this artist 10 million, right? But what happened was this nigga went to jail and he got killed.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
wasn't even able to make my money. So you know what I'm gonna do? Instead of going to get at to them again, I'm gonna go find a Bad Bunny and I'm gonna give him more money, and we could just dress him like a rapper, and he's bilingual and genre fluent. So he
Yeah.
can talk to a broader audience than niggas in the ghetto.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? And not saying that in the ghetto we shouldn't talk to that audience. What I'm saying is we have to broaden some of the subject matters. For the
Sure.
past few years, we've talked about the streets, right? And the benefits of the streets, the money, the women, the cars, and all of that. But what's the consequences,
Mm.
right? Like, what's it like when you calling your girl and you know another nigga laying in the bed with her and you in prison and you can't do nothing about it?
What happens when you're not the superhero?
What happens? Nobody tells that story anymore. You know what I mean? So I think what's happening is our stories are getting replaced with aesthetic. And they don't want to hear the story anymore of what we go through because they get it from TikTok. They get it from different creators around the world. And now the presence of how we dressed and how we communicate and how we talk, they just take the aesthetic of that and give it to Billie Eilish.
The turn you just took, I love it when my guests do this. The turn you just took, it's the truth. It's
You know
the
what I'm
absolute
saying?
truth.
So it's like what we have to do. And when I say we, I genuinely mean we, me. When I be saying we, I don't want people to think like I'm pointing the finger, like everybody doing something wrong. And I'm not. I'm part of the motherfucking problem too.
Right.
We all a part of it. You know what I'm saying? But what we got to get better at is broadening what we talking about. And I'm not saying we need to be mature with our pants up and Playboy Cardi need to start rapping like Killer Mike. That's not what I'm saying.
Right.
That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is they should do a song together.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is Rhapsody and Sexy Red needs a song together because the black girl in the hood that they represent both got a friend like each other.
Yep.
They hang with each other. That's a we just seen it with SZA and Keke Palmer in the movie they put out. You know what I'm saying? So
look, I'm gonna tell you like this. I didn't tell my audience before. I said I don't care what Curtis King you think you know today, but I didn't take down a few sexy reds in my
come
life.
on. I love a sexy
I,
red, Kirk.
in real life,
I love her.
don't get me smacked by my wife in the back of my head. All I'm gonna say is this: it was a good time. It was a good time. Is
Sorry
all I'm
to
gonna
the
say.
missus. Sorry to the missus.
No, it ain't just on me. It ain't gonna be you. It's gonna be me talking too damn loud. She
Yeah.
be like, I heard you on your stream today. But the reality is, like you said, even though these corporations, they look for images that they can squeeze stereotypes out of, and they abuse and they direct. Oh, this you should do this. You should do this.
Yep.
It's not like these avatars don't exist or represent somebody who sees themselves there.
Yep.
I think that, and this is kind of just another lead into another question, is that I think what happened is that the balance didn't exist anymore. I
Yep.
love reading in one of these Tupac books written by Michael Eric Dyson, where he talked about a time period where you did see Will Smith and DJ Jazzy Jeff on the
Yep.
same tour as NWA.
That's what we need right there.
That would
That's
be
what we
beautiful
need
now.
right there is collaboration of value to the culture, not just, oh, we want the big rapper to go rap with Coldplay or, you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying, Imagine Dragons or whatever. We get that. That's a money play.
Yeah,
But I haven't heard a song, bro, like until that Clips album, I haven't heard nothing in a long time. Just made me feel something.
that
Like
part.
when I put that FICO on, when I put
Woo!
that Ace Trumpets on, it's just like, ugh.
I feel like knocking over a row of
I get,
treadmills, going to
oh,
gym, just
you know what I'm
move,
saying?
move.
It's
Yeah,
like it's that feeling, and it's because we all chasing the money, bro. We just
yeah.
chasing, oh, this producer got a name. I'm gonna go do an album with him because he got a name. But it's like y'all might not be a good match.
Might not be a good match, but playing devil's advocate, Sim, but he got a large following, and I got a large following. How can this go wrong?
And if you playing that game, run your church.
Run your church.
Run
Damn.
your church.
It all come back to that, don't it? It all
Yeah,
come
if
back
you
to
playing that game, run your church. But for the game we want to play in hip hop,
yeah,
hey man, I want people to sit down and enjoy their food. I don't want them just eat and leave.
that part. And just like the difference between, first of all, let me tell you this. My mom played piano longer than I've been alive and played in church. So I done been in every single type of Baptist church in LA that you could think of
Yeah.
as a kid coming up. And I think that's what made me fall in love with the drums, is seeing there's a drummer named Michael that was at St. Peter Rock Baptist Church, who would play the drums louder than you supposed to play them because he was young. And I was like, I love the drums. And when I produce, maybe one day I'm gonna do that.
Yep.
I say all that to say I've been in churches with my mom where the pastor told the deacons to lock the doors because God sent them a message that said, we supposed to hit this quota today. And some of y'all being stubborn souls in here, lock the
Mm.
doors. And my mom is playing an organ and she like,
Wow.
I'm just here for this. I'm here for this gig. In seeing that, I realize everybody church is not the same. And in this analogy, the same thing applies. Everybody's church is not the same. And you're going to see how different the church is by how do you feel when you leave a stream? Do you feel like you've been fed or do you feel like you've been drained? I think that's the big part about it.
And eventually, if you want to be fed, people who've been drained will come to where they can get fed.
Hello.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't want people to think I came up with this church analogy by myself. Glasses Malone
G.
gave me this analogy. And once he told me that, I looked at life completely different. I just look at life like everybody got their own church, man.
Everybody got their own church. And I shout out to G. Yeah, I gotta definitely chop it up with him soon. He'll send me these notes every once in a while. Like anytime he see me do some controversial shit, he see me arguing with people, he like, hey Kurt, don't let them run you off your block. I'm like, all right, G. Okay, G. All right, G. All right, I'm good.
Yeah.
Last question for you, and I greatly appreciate your time and
Man,
your
appreciate you,
openness.
man.
Come on. So for you in particular, man, 2-part question. What does success look like for Symba for you now? And what are you most excited about in the future?
Success to me has become a goal. So it changes every day, right? So today I was successful because my goal today was to wake up, take my son to school, talk to you, and go pull up to the studio and make sure that they fix the door.
There it is.
So I'm successful today.
Right.
Now, my long-term goal to be successful in life is to know that I created something that helped fast track life for people in a positive way. Whether that's through my music, whether that's through an invention, whether that's through the OS app that I want to create, I want to be able to create something that fast tracks confusion for people who's been confused, for them to get through it a lot faster, for them to succeed in their life. And I think that right there is the most important thing to me, is knowing that I helped somebody figure it out shit nobody helped me figure out. That would look like success in a long-term way for me, is knowing that I helped somebody not make the same mistake I did, and they got to their goal a lot faster than I did.
Yeah, I hope the audience over there, and I'm pretty sure they do, I hope you understand the privilege that you have in this big old 2026 to be following a gentleman like this, that he not, let me do my Suge Knight impersonation. He not gatekeeping the information. He not putting it behind a paywall. You feel me? Like, you understand? Because, like, I came up in the era where the only information you got initially on the internet was in message boards that you don't know who wrote it, and you hope it's solid. So you had to get outside, you had to get out here, you had to go through the hole in the wall shows, you had to go through getting scammed for the, pay to play shows. You had to go through all of that just to figure out, like, oh, that's the business structure. Here's the game I'm supposed to get from it. It still sucks that I went through it, but you went through it. And I think that y'all being able to skip steps by saying, like, damn, I never even thought about it like that, allows you to take the baton and go even further with it. And that's been always my goal from day one here. Man,
you can see that, bro. And that's why I love your platform. Even like when you brought up the Punch interview, you know what I mean? I learned so much from that interview, just about their early story. And what you doing, just not even in the music and in the content, just as a man, bro. You know what I mean? What you represent as a man. We missing men like you in the world today. You know what I mean? Just honest people we could come to get a perspective from that ain't no sucker shit. You know what I mean? Something that we believe in and that we stand on. And I'm not saying this because it make me money or such and such said it. So I'm saying it's like you a man with your own opinion, bro, and your own thoughts. And you're not letting the internet shape how you think. And I truly salute you. And we're going to keep this shit going all year, bro. We're going to keep continuing to upgrade our software and give our people the information.
We ain't supposed to be linking up. What the hell are we doing? Oh, hell no. Somebody looked at that and said, damn, I heard the same thing on Symba stream. I heard the same thing on Carter's stream.
Come on.
We ain't supposed to be linked. But I think this is the time period, and this is where I say that's the value of cultural currency, is you get to pick up on things on an instinct level that I can't even explain to anybody except for saying it's spiritual. And the moment somebody comes to me with like, what do you mean by it? I realize I might be educating a vulture, so I just shut up now.
Yep. Hey, let them go to their church.
You at the wrong. You know what? Hey, brother, you might be at the wrong church.
You at the wrong church.
Hey, did you want to go down the street?
Did you want to go down the street? Yeah, go down there. Go down there.
Oh yeah. That's Northern Baptist. Go down to the Northern Baptist. Yeah. You went the wrong.
Go down there, and then after you go down there, come back and tell me what they told you.
You know what? Didn't even got to come back. You're probably gonna be at home over there, But if you get hungry, because I heard a lot of people get hungry and come on back here. But yeah,
come on back.
You might need to go over there and experience this. Look, man, I appreciate your time. I'm gonna go through some of these super chats, but I want to respect. I know you got to go check on, the studio doors and take care of the family and all of that. But I'm gonna stay here. I'm gonna hang out for a little bit and go through these super chats. But man,
the chat I said what's happening, bro, and I'm gonna be at you in a few weeks. We're gonna do this again on my stream. I have you come through the studio because I'm right in LA too.
Easy. Yeah, let me know.
Easy call, brother. Love to the chat. Love to the show. Love to everybody. Keep it going, bro.
One more time for Symba, man. Amazing.
DIY.
Tear in your eye. Don't